What's up, YouTube family, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you're returning, hey y'all, hey, and thank you all so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. So y'all, have you ever looked around at your life and thought, wait, hold up, am I supposed to be further along by now? Because that has been on my mind lately, and it's sad to say, and I must admit that it has been on my mind recently. So often, I find myself in this situation, in this season of my life, at this very same question: am I behind? I'm always finding myself comparing my timeline and my future to other people's timelines. I'm telling you, it's a rabbit hole that we can all easily fall in. And I hate to admit, I've been falling down that rabbit hole more than once and more than I would like to admit. Seeing people accomplish things that you thought you've accomplished already, at times it can make you feel like you're moving slowly, moving at a snail's pace. Let's not even get started with how this can lead us into putting pressure on our own selves. Not even to mention to add to the pressures that we have when it comes to the outside world influences. I must admit, this ordeal has really made me stop, take a breath, and come face to face with my own timeline, and to take into consideration the things that I have learned when it comes to considering my own timeline. All of our timelines are different. Everybody is different. What works for one person may not work for you. And that's the significance and the beauty in being different than the next person. We all have a way to find our way to the path in which God has put us on. Here's a question that I have for you, and be honest with me in the comment section. Don't try to chalk it up to, well, I'm blessed, I'm just doing fine. I really want you to be honest with me in this comment section, because let's face it, what we go through and what we have been through, we go through it not only for ourselves, but we also go through it for the next brother and sister in line. So I have a question for you, and answer honestly. Do you or have you ever felt like you're behind in life? And if so, what makes you feel that way? Share down in the comment section to let us know, how did you get over that hump season in your life? One thing that has been helping me when it comes to my own timeline is that when I see someone accomplishing something that I thought I would have accomplished already, instead of comparing myself to that creator, I try to look at it as a learning experience. Hey, they're doing something that I want to do. How did they get there? How did they go about making those plans come into fruition? How did they go about getting their plans to succeed? So I try to look at it as a learning situation to learn what can I do to get to that level. And that's one of the things that has helped me when it comes to not feeling like I'm behind. I've noticed that this tactic has helped me to take my mind off of the pace of how fast or how slow that progress is happening when it comes to my timeline. It takes my mind off of that. It takes my focus off of that, and it helps me to be more determined to know how to get the skill set, how to have the mindset in order to gain the skills that I need in order to be successful in that area where I see someone accomplish something that I want to do. This also helps me to take the pressure off of myself to know that, hey, I'm not competing against the next person. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm doing what I need to do in order to learn the skills that I need in order for my business to be successful, in order for my goals to be successful. I'm doing what I need to do in order for it to work for me. A lot of the factors that played a part in me feeling like I was so far behind was me looking at my age, looking at how long I've been in the situation. But then I have to train my mindset to know that age is not a number, like I shared with you guys in the previous video. With God, all things are possible. It's never too late. As long as we get started, we have the potential to be successful in any endeavor in our lives. So one thing that made me hesitate and try to count myself out was my age and the timeline in which I put my goals. I set goals and I set timelines for those goals, and when certain timelines weren't met, it caused me to feel like I was behind. So that helped me to take the pressure off of myself too, to know that everyone works at their own pace. I don't have to put a specific timeline on when I will accomplish these goals. So instead of looking at it as time-wise, I try to look at it, like I said before, as a skill set. What am I learning during this time of my stillness? What am I learning during this time of quiet time where I'm not really that busy, when I'm slow in my business and things are going slower than I expected. Instead of looking at it as I'm running out of time, is what can I learn during this downtime? What other skills can I add under my belt that'll help my business succeed in the long run? And another thing that has helped me, as you guys can see, is number one, prayer. Prayer has helped me tremendously. It helped me to take my mind off of what I was able to do and to refocus and recenter my mind on what God can do. When God makes a promise to us, his promises are yes and amen. He doesn't tell us exactly when that promise will come to pass. He doesn't tell us the time frame on when it will happen, but he does tell us that everything that he tells us, it will come to pass. And if God has given you that dream, God has given you that determination, you can trust and believe that it is for a reason. And with God, all things are possible. Prayer has helped me to notice that what I can't do, what I can't accomplish, God can. And I remember sharing with you guys in the previous video about the confidence. I'm really going to hold on to that when I don't have the confidence that I can, I have the confidence that God can. And it also helps me to know that God tells us that we shouldn't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow has enough cares and troubles on its own. We should just worry about today. Stay in today. Trust in God for what he can do for us today, because only God knows what tomorrow will hold and what tomorrow will bring. And that helps me to stay focused on today. What is God allowing me to learn? What kind of skills are God allowing me to put under my belt that will help me to move forward into the next step during this process? So it helps me to know that God helps me day by day. And as long as I leave everything in God's hand, as long as I'm living according to the word that God has placed in my heart to live towards and to live by, I'm able to accomplish one day at a time. I'm able to handle every day as it comes at me, one day at a time. So that helps me a lot when it comes to taking the pressure off of myself. So instead of me trying to work on 10 different things in one day, I may not get to all 10 of those things, but at least I can get to one task that has been on my to-do list, and I was able to do it with the help and the strength of God. So prayer has been a major priority and a major tool that has really been helping me to just focus on my own timeline and take my mind and focus off of the next person's timeline. Because like I shared before, we're all different and God has something in store for all of us. So those are some of the tips and tricks that I have learned along the way that will help me to consider my own timeline and no one else's. I hope that the tips that I've shared, I hope that some of the tricks that I've shared that helps me is able to help you in some type of way. So that's it for today's video. I pray that I said something that can help you and encourage you to keep moving forward. Comment down below how your day has been on a scale of 1 through 10. If it's anything below a 5, I encourage you to hold on, because this too shall pass. And if you haven't been told today, don't forget that you matter, you're awesome, you're great, you're blessed, so stay blessed. And until next time, you guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.